Alrighty. We are here with Division 3. My name is Big Mama Frank, also known as Joseph Huerta. I believe my broadcast partner just disconnected. Oh, and he is back.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Arrow, now, one thing, I remember we had trouble with this in the draft, but Ranger being Ranger, being as magnificent as he is, he was able to pronounce your name a lot better than I did. Can you give us a nice little pronunciation of your name for us, please?
It's pronounced Corentin Legendre
Corentin
with
Lejeune. I'm sorry.
yeah, pretty much. It's a basic French name.
Okay.
Legendre means the son-in-law,
Okay.
French, and Corentin comes from Brittany, a region from France. So really a
Okay.
French name.
Hey, it's a pretty cool name. I will say that. Just the sound of it and just reading it's a very cool name. So. All right, guys. So I believe if my hotkeys are correct here, I can actually pull up our current standings here. Now I know, Arrow, you can't see this, but it is on the broadcast. Last week we had Avira. Just kind of ran away with things in Japan. Qualified on pole in the wet in Q3, and then just kind of ran away in the race during both kind of stints of it, both at the start of the race and then after the safety car restart towards the end. But we can kind of see there, we do have one driver replacement down in P17. EDM, who did not race last week for Aston Martin, has actually been replaced for Dirt Shark. Roldy went out and recruited him to come race with us. And then we have a new reserve, Nadewell 17, who is filling in for Hetrasy for McLaren tonight. Hetrasy also has yet to race. Actually, Hetrasy is with us tonight. He is filling in for F1 Original Paulie, who had a little bit of a rough outing last week. Last week it was pretty spicy. Some kind of big showing for Haas at the start, qualifying P2 and then P3. However, both the races kind of fell apart with Chunk retiring towards the end, but still scoring a couple of points. And then Red Panda, Pigeon Slayer, aka Kagenis, just kind of falling away with kind of the wrong tire strategy. We also have a couple of people here who did not race last week. We have both Snaz Monkey, also in games shown as the Cussing Monkey, and the return of OG, Mr. Campbell Lowry Hart, who has been racing with us for quite a while, but he has not raced with us in a while, so this is his first race back, so it's good to have him back. Oops, wrong button. Sorry about that, but yeah. So yeah, Air, how did your race last night go in Canada? I know for me it was a little bit rough. It's just a stinky track, if I'm honest.
Well, I didn't have a lot of time to practice, so I mostly focused on practicing the race.
Mm-hmm.
If you know me, you know I'm someone that spins a lot. So this was my focus. I didn't practice quali that much, so I qualified P15 and just did my race. That's pretty much everything. I came back on you, I believe it was.
Yeah, for both of
end.
us, it definitely was a race to forget. That's definitely sure. Like, I know, I like right at the end of the qualifying, I think I was the last one. I had spun on my last attempt and tried to drive it back to the pits, so I think I was the last one who was still in control. And as I was driving back into the pits, I wasn't paying attention. I drove right into the back of Eric McNerney as he was going into the pit, and it gave me a 5-second grid penalty. So I think I went from
I saw it.
yeah, I think P13 to P18. So that was nice.
Yeah, this gave me a position.
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So we have Nadewell with his first lap, completing 10.736. Let's see who we got. We've got, pull on telemetry here so we actually can see that. Big Fart 69, also known as Lokesh, a new member to our league this season and just kind of new to the F1 game. We have Rigraff, looks like he's on his first flying lap, coming down the back straight. See what kind of time. And in the 11s, 11.4 for Rigraff, which I'm at P2 now. Nadewell with a solid 10.7 to start out the session. Now, where do you think we might see pole? Because as far as I know, it looks like the weather is going to be clear for the whole session. What do you think? What kind of, if you had to guess where pole might be, what do you think?
D2 pole was 09.7, wasn't it?
Something like that. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
So it should be around 10.2, but I think Joel is smurfing, so he's either like 10.0 or in the 9s. But Joel shouldn't be D3.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's certainly an argument for that. Joel has definitely had pace before. But, I mean, he had the rating to be in D3. I mean, he technically is the top-rated D3 driver. I guess second to Garrett Elder, but Garrett's rating was over a year old, so it doesn't really work. And he kind of showed last week that he's certainly not the fastest driver in D3, even though he has been very, very consistent D2 driver in the past. As we speak of Garrett Elder, here he is on his first flying lap.
Wait, where is he?
He is in the Red Bull. He will show up as OF Richard Long.
Oh, it's man in the box. Okay.
No, man in the box is actually just man in the box. Garrett Elder is Richard Long. His OnlyFans Richard Long. That is the name he decided to go with for this season.
Yeah, no, Garrett Elder. He was originally.
I mean, his name is Garrett Elder, but he decided to have his name as OnlyFans Richard Long.
Okay.
So a little bit of rough lap for him there. 12.1 as his first banker.
Yeah, probably had a spin. Well, he lost the rear at the moment. And that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, one thing, Garrett is now a father now, and that limits how much time he can put into the F1 game. He was telling us just the other night that it's difficult for him to practice or trying to race during the weekends because if he hops on his rig, his daughter just likes to crawl all over him. So it just becomes difficult.
Yeah, it's not a problem I should have right now. So I don't know it, but I guess it can be a bit impeding.
And we see OG in his first race back in quite some time in the Ferrari, going down the back straight on his first push attempt. Going into this final chicane.
I say he does a 10.9.
11.3. Puts him in P3. A lot of rough times so far. I wonder if people are just having trouble just finding their comfort zone for this first attempt. Because these times, I mean, your prediction of 10.2 as the pole time. Man, we have one person in the 10 so far, but we still have 8 more people to set lap times, so...
The track is gonna get better. The tires are getting warmer and warmer, so... And I believe they're not on the edge. So just try to do some laps. But when they really push, it's really faster.
So now we have Red Panda, also known as Kaginis, in the Haas, coming around the final chicane now, able to nail that, maintain a valid lap, and he's going to come in with, looks like an 11 also. 11.2 puts him at P3, and then we have Joel Zucks on the Alfa Romeo, 11.4, so P6, so 10.2 still may happen, but everyone is well off that right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Nadewell did 10.8 in D2.
Okay.
So probably... And Kaginis did a 11.1.
11.1, okay. That gives us an idea of what they can do. Maybe they can get a little bit lower. We have Lokesh on his second push attempt here, trying to set a valid lap. approaching the hairpin now, just passing that DRS detection point in the Alpine, going around that hairpin. Ooh, big slide on the exit there.
And we have Nadewell on the push lap, I think. I can't see his delta, but...
Yeah, he is right behind Big Fart 69, also known as Lokesh. Lokesh just about to cross the line in front of Nadewell. And he does a 13.9. Okay, and Nadewell crosses the line right behind him and actually does not improve, actually down 2.5 tenths. So he did a 10.9 there.
But there is a... Oh no, he was just slow.
So we have Rigraf coming around on his second push attempt, kind of running into a little bit of traffic here as an AlphaTauri of... whoever the other AlphaTauri is. Of Kiwi right in front of him. And Kiwi actually pushing at the same time in front of him. Let's see what kind of time he can do. It'll be his first valid lap if he can make this, if he can nail this final corner. A little bit wide on the first one of those, but he does get through. Kiwi does an 11.6 to put him into P8, and Rigraf 10.8. A little more than a tenth off of pole right now, and Chonk 11.1. Okay, now see the time starting to drop a little bit. Oh, and Lokesh, I think he just crashed, or did he just go into the pits and retire?
Oh.
Oh no, he crashed. Looks like right after the Wall of Champions, or maybe he crashed into the wall in front of the pit entry. I couldn't actually find it, but he was stopped on track, so I'm not sure what happened with him there. And Joel, there it is. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe he is maybe he is smurfing. 10.5 for Joel.
As the Mercedes Aviera goes 10.8, nearly the same time as Rigraf.
Okay, yeah, just over 100th behind Rigraf. And these times are getting lower and lower, but still 4 tenths to match Arrow's prediction of a 10.1 on pole.
No, 3.
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
Oh, 10.3, sorry. Yeah, 10.3. All right, so 2 tenths.
No, I said 10.2, so it's 3
Oh,
tenths.
10.2. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm sorry you don't know basic math.
Yeah, you got me. And we have OG going through the little middle S here, going towards the hairpin on his second push attempt. Just about to cross that second sector. He is up 2 tenths, so maybe he can push himself into the 10s with this push lap. A little bit of traffic going to the hairpin there, kind of maybe may have cost him a bit of time.
Who is it?
We were looking at OG in the Ferrari.
Oh, it was Stars. No, Stars.
Oh, Stars in front of him. Okay.
He was on the lap, but both Mercedes blocked.
Oh
well,
no!
I don't know if he blocked.
OG running into more traffic. Oh, he hits a Mercedes. Who is that? Is that Avira?
What?
Who is that? Oh no! He just runs into the back of. Oh no! Oh man! So he does not improve his time. In fact, I think he has damage after that. He does. No, he does not have damage. But that is bad for both of them as we watch OG just run into the back of Snaz Monkey again. Alright, well. I can already hear OG screaming. Sheesh. Alright, where we have Garrett Elder, who is coming into the pits, I believe.
Next one to cross the line should be Man in the Box.
Man in the Box. Second pick for Red Bull. Oh no, he's just starting, it looks like. He is 75% battery.
Yeah, he's starting.
Yeah, okay.
He's crossing the line to start.
Okay.
There is a G Street, 3 tenths up his lap, and 2 tenths right now. 10.9 just into the 10.
Okay.
P6, really nice,
yeah.
But not matching Joel's time, of course. His teammate. No, but I mean, it's his teammate. But P1, P6 for Alfa Romeo right now is really, really good.
Yeah, just in general, Alfa Romeo had a really strong finish last night also, with Piquet coming in 3rd place for Alfa Romeo in Division 1. Looks like we have a little yellow flag for somebody. I think it's just people slowing down one of these McLarens. We have a Ferrari.
Who is it?
Oh,
It's
Pratty just starting his lap.
lap.
Yeah, Pratty just beginning his first push lap for Ferrari. This looks like it'll be his final push lap in the session. We are down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds left.
Tracy as well, starting a lap.
Oh man,
Madewell just
Madewell is right behind an AlphaTauri in front of him. Not sure which one that is.
B-Boy? No, it's not.
Is it
It's
B-Boy
Kiwi.
Simba? Oh, it's Kiwi, so a little bit of a miscalculation from Nadewell there. Well, we'll see. He is a little bit up on his time.
Yeah, but he's 1 second faster than Kiwi, so he's just blocking him at this point.
Yeah.
Should have waited.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, he invalidated his lap. He should have enough time to just recharge and go again, which is probably the better strategy at this point anyway, considering he was just being blocked. He does have his teammate behind. Hetrasy is on on a lap, and he does get out of the way. And then back towards the front, we have Pratty coming in towards that final chicane. Ooh, Pratty! Oh, he took a little grass and took a really awkward line, and then just invalidated his lap. So Pratty will finish with a 12.6, and then behind him we have, you said, Aaron Green.
Kiwi.
Oh, Kiwi, excuse me. Kiwi going up to P7, almost into the 10s with an 11.0 for Kiwi.
Nice. Yeah, no, B-Boy Simba just went out. He's in Sector 2 right now.
Okay. And Kiwi scored his first podium ever in ZRL, finishing P2 at Japan last week. And apologies to him. He had a very nice interview, but my OBS settings did not capture his voice. So a lot of traffic here for people going for their final attempt.
Yeah. The one who shouldn't have issues is Aaron Green.
Yeah, he's at the front of that. And we also have Nadewell, who's on his push lap again, but he's going to have to drive through all this traffic coming through into that second sector.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to wait. Who's the first one?
That is an Alpine, I believe, of Rigraf.
So it's Rigraf, then Stars.
And then I believe OG in that Ferrari. Here comes Nadewell, still on a heater into the hairpin, but now he's got to navigate 6 cars in front of him between him and the final corners. Let's see how many people get out of his way. There's 2 cars side by side in front of him. Oh no! Okay, he got through sort of. It's definitely some. Oh no! The Mercedes in front of him. Oh, not again.
Who was it?
I think it was Snaz Monkey again, with another MP. But Nadewell, does he improve his time? No, he's down by almost 2 tenths. Oh no.
2 tenths? Yeah, it's just the final sector.
He just ran into so much traffic, and here we have Rigraf on his. He'll be the first one to finish his lap. Or excuse me, no, it'll be
Aaron Green.
Aaron Green.
So P14.
Yeah,
B-Boy Simba.
Roldy has retired in the pit lane, so his session is done. Oh, B-Boy Simba.
He invalidated.
Just really aggressive line through that final chicane. Rigraf coming through down the back straight with several cars behind him.
Chicane is really probably the most important corner in your lap in qualifying.
Rigraf hits the wall and invalidates.
So next one should be Stars. Stars 8 tenths P4 for Stars.
10.8 P4 for Star. Man, what a result. We have so many people coming through still. We have a Haas, I believe, of...
And Joel is 1 tenth down for the moment, so probably...
Avira 10.3, back on pole where he just destroyed everyone last week. 2 tenths. Garrett Elder coming around the corner.
Line 0.3.
0.3 for Joel, so a big improvement. Does Garrett Elder have enough? No, he does not. He improves by about a tenth, but it puts him in P3. Nadewell going into the pits. I believe that is it for qualifying. Avira back on pole, but is not as decisive as it was last week. Joel just a little bit behind him, but still a 4-tenth gap between, or almost 4 tenths between P2 and P3. But Nadewell, the reserve showing out, P4 start for him. I know Dan will be very happy with seeing a McLaren that high up the board. But
Yeah, pretty hard qualifying for Aston Martin. With OK and Dirt Shark,
yeah,
15 and 16, but knowing Aston Martin, they're more of race pacers.
I mean, I would say the person who had the hardest quality was Snaz Monkey, who was just struggling to get out of people's way.
Yeah.
two instances. But I mean, these are people. D3 will have people that are new to the game and new to kind of the standards of things like that. So yeah, they will. I'm sure people will report, the those kind of impedes, but I mean, you have to learn somehow.
Yeah, not everyone has an engineer in voice chat to tell them someone is coming.
Yeah, it is quite the challenge to try to do that by yourself, because especially in D3, man, sometimes people just get so out of sync with everyone else that they're going on hot laps at the most wild times.
Yeah.
And it can be really hard to figure out if they're on a lap or not. So I'm going to do a little quick tab out here and see what kind of weather we might have for the race. Let's see if my telemetry will pull that up for us. It is dry, I believe. Oh no, it has not updated yet.
Lots of cloud.
Lots of clouds. That's why I was curious about. Now, this is one thing to keep in mind is with ZRL this season, we are not running Parc Ferme. So Parc Ferme is off for every session, so everyone is free to change their setups between qualifying and race. So, I mean, how about for you guys, Arrow? For yesterday, did you guys change anything with your setups between the race and qualifying? No?
No, I feel like it's mostly useful when there is rain.
Yeah, definitely. The rain definitely makes a big thing, since you're just going to add a ton of wing if it's raining, just so that car's a little bit easier to drive. But
it's well, I'm not used to practice with Parc Ferme off. I usually try to have one setup that's good for the race and not so bad for the quali.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, mostly you run it that way. And it looks like we're underway. And up towards the front, looks like Avira has a really nice start. Oh, actually, no. Joel is going around the outside. He's on softs. Avira is on hards, and Joel gets him going into turn 2. Joel is now in the lead. So let me pull up the tires for everyone. Avira and Nadewell on the hards. We saw in the last 2 races that the hards at the start were just really hard to pull off. Everyone on the mediums and the softs just has such a big advantage on this track, particularly in the first stint.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies here. There are 8 runners on hards, 6 on mediums, and 6 on soft, so
definitely get to see
for everyone.
All of the colors. Generally, it's very, everyone is either on 1 of 2 tires, and in a lot of races, only 1 tire at the start. So it's always interesting to see different things, because things can just converge in such weird ways. A little bit of bumping there going through that hairpin between the 2 AlphaTauris. But Avira is holding his own so far. Joel has not pulled away from him yet, but there's still a lot of time before these soft tires start to wear and start to lose their effectiveness. Towards the back, we have, let's see, already a little bit of a gap formed between P3 and P4. Garrett Elder actually losing the hard train in front of him on those softs. Let's see if we can get that back. Back in P3, we have Kiwi right on the tail of Snoop Francis. And it's Kiwi with a big snap. Able to save it and not crash, but he does lose a position to Dirt Shark. Garrett's still losing time to those hard runners. Maybe Garrett is just not feeling this track at the moment. A lot of laps left.
I just saw him, he oversteered.
Ooh, that is a VSC. Was that Snaz Monkey who had...
Spun.
Yeah, okay. He's not having the cleanest session so far, but he's still moving. And he does not have
Well,
a
he
front
did,
wing, so he'll have to
he
put it in
gained
the
4
pit.
positions.
Oh, we're not talking about Snaz Monkey?
Yeah, he gained before his
Before.
run. He was gaining
Oh,
4
yeah.
positions.
So he was able to make use of those softs a little bit before he does lose control of his car. And
Yeah.
towards the front, this is going to give people a little bit of chance to get a little bit of battery back. But it does also kind of interrupt the potential of Joel of pulling away from these hard runners.
He could have pitted 4 hards.
On the man, if you pit this early, you have no
Yeah.
idea when the VSC is going to come in. It's so, and there it is. Like if he had pit, he would have been so far back.
Yeah.
But he has a really nice start though. He is able to pull the gap to over a second to Avira, so Avira's having to use a lot of battery. Something happened towards the back with Roldy cutting the corner in turn 1 or 2 or something. Doesn't look like he has damage.
Maybe
but
it
he
was
got
2.
a 5-second penalty for Roldy.
Does he have damage?
It doesn't look like it. His
I
front
don't
wing
see
looks
it.
fine. So
Yeah.
he's still going. Just 5 seconds. A lot of time to have to make up now.
He's right behind the Alpine with DRS. He shall have it.
Oh yeah, he
Is
should
he
just be able
going
to
on
send it.
inside at the Alpine?
Yeah, just a lot. Just a significantly more experienced driver than Lokesh at this point. He will have DRS going down the back straight also, so he was able to make that move done before he goes into DRS. Garrett Elder with the fastest lap. After that, J Street beating a lot of people with the fastest lap. Joel is now pulling away from the hard runners of Avira and Nadewell. So now he's starting to make his strat look good, and Garrett Elder has caught back up with those hard runners.
He will be passing on the outside of the track at turn 2.
Oh
It was
no.
great to watch.
Looking at these deltas, looks like we have Snoop Francis on the mediums right behind Chonk. Chonk still within the DRS of Aaron Green, B-Boy Simba in front of him, but B-Boy Simba is a little bit... No, he's still within that DRS zone, so he will have DRS. Oops,
Yeah, starting
over
from
a second.
Avira, it's pretty much a train.
Yeah.
Until Etrusy.
So we have Stars and Man in the Box. Stars does not have DRS this lap. Man in the Box has an entire battery he can dump if he wants to overtake him, try to close that gap to Rigraff in front. He's using a little bit of battery, but he's still well behind. And actually, J Street is able to overtake Man in the Box. Well, they both have DRS, so J Street must be running significantly less downforce than Man in the Box. And Stars at the lead of this train, where we just saw J Street and Man in the Box kind of battle going down that back straight. But that gap is starting to get pretty big between him and P5 of Rigraff, over 2 seconds now. Joel still over 1 second ahead of Avira, both of them still being conservative with their battery. Nadewell is quite close to Avira, so we may see Nadewell. Nadewell's dumping his battery there, try to make sure he's close enough going into this hairpin. Avira going quite wide in the hairpin, but Nadewell having a goofy exit. And it's just getting cloudier and cloudier. Seems like it's getting darker, but still, telemetry shows that no rain will happen. Nadewell on the battery, dumping down to under 10%. Does get that move done on... Very close, a little bit almost contact there. Nadewell getting a big snap of oversteer, but he's able to maintain that position in front of Avira for now. And he makes it stick, so he is now in P2. Joel still about a second and a half ahead of this group. And in the back, it looks like we have Kiwi and Dirt Shark having a bit of a battle here going to turn 2, with Kiwi coming on top. Big snap oversteer, and there goes OG into the wall. Oh no. And OG with the reset to track. Caught on the broadcast.
Oh,
Wink,
Dirt
wink.
Shark. Oh, Kiwi spun.
Oh no, Kiwi gets spun. No damage for Kiwi, but safety car.
It's safety car.
I'm not sure why
Who
Kiwi's
spun
sitting
as
here.
well? Man in the box.
Well, OG was stopped because he spun into
Oh.
the wall. But I think actually Kiwi drove into the wall there, so we may have damage.
Yeah, Kiwi and Dirtruck were fighting. Dirtruck had an oversteer, but after fighting with Kiwi, like he was behind him, and Kiwi just right ahead spun. He was, yeah, in front of him and he spun as well.
Well, a little bit fortunate for Kiwi there. He will be able to pit, or Kiwi will be able to pit, replace their front wing and get on new tires because there is a safety car. Very interesting position for Joel, who elects to go ahead and pit now, get off of those soft tires. Both the hard runners stay out. We have Garrett Elder, who's pitting off of his softs also.
Yeah, every soft runner is gonna box right now.
Yeah, but every soft runner, and then Kiwi will follow suit since Kiwi does not have a front wing.
Oh, Joel is on mediums.
Joel is going to mediums.
Not hot.
Okay, so Joel is thinking about making it a two-stopper. He doesn't expect to be able to go to the end, so he knows that the people at the front are going to have to pit again. So maybe he's thinking, let's just have the better tires for both stints.
But then I don't understand why would you pit?
He may be thinking here, like he may have gone balanced on the tire allocation, so maybe he has two sets of mediums. And yeah, actually, yeah, I can see his tires in telemetry. So he has another set of fresh mediums that he can pit to later in the race.
Yeah, but Nady and Avira are gonna box to mediums. They're gonna switch to mediums.
Yes.
So it means that Joel has to come back to first before they pit. Because once they pit, everyone is on mediums and it's gonna be the same.
Yeah, that is a pretty fair concern. I think the benefit that Joel has here is he is the first in line in terms of fresh tires. So 6-lap fresher tires is going to be quite an advantage. So he may be able to make work. He may be able to make it through this field quite quickly. But it is Canada, like you're saying. It is, it might be the wrong call because overtaking here is quite tricky.
And it's 9 overtakes in under. I think it's 13 laps, because you should pit around lap 20 then.
Well, it's also possible. Joel does not have fresh set of softs, so he's not going to be able to go to softs at the end. So
yeah,
at this point, he is basically committed to going back on a different set of tires that are not softs. So yeah, you're right. Maybe 10 laps or so before OG getting a 3-second penalty under the safety car.
Yeah, but I don't know. I would have gone like just hard and then you try to save your tires till the end.
Yeah.
Or maybe he thinks it's gonna rain and he goes on mediums.
Well, as far as telemetry shows, it's showing that the rain chance is stagnant at 19% forever. So I don't believe we're gonna have any rain. It's just gonna stay cloudy.
Yeah, 19 isn't that far, but it's the great winner from this safety car is the Cussing Monkey, who's gonna be able to come back on this pack, have hard tires. He can go a lot longer than them, and then he can pit maybe around lap 25 for softs. If he has softs.
He could make it that far. The issue is it's going to be challenging. It's one thing being behind a bunch of people with old tires, with newer tires. It's even harder being behind a bunch of people with fresh tires while you're on hold hard. So maybe it might have been a good idea for him to pit, but I'm not sure exactly what his tire situation is right now. Now, one thing to point out, man of the box going to fresh softs. So he's committed to a similar strategy as Joel, but he is on the only person on softs. So we might see a little bit of action from him on these next few laps.
This does make more sense to me than soft to mediums. I don't know.
And at the front, we have Nadewell restarting the safety car. He is already gone, so everyone's following him. Avira really close going to turn 1, but too far back to make any kind of moves. Back in P7, we have Chonk really close to Snoop Francis. Does not hit him there. But now we get to see the fresh tires of Joel already going for the overtake on Hetrasy. Going to turn 4, and he does get that move done easily. And now this is what you were asking, like how long will it take Joel to clear the field, because he has to clear the entire field to get back up to where he was. Back up towards the front, Rigraff, Avira, and Nadewell are racing very close. Star's kind of losing him a little bit, but he's still within that 1 second DRS window.
Or maybe he was scared that he was gonna get overtaken.
That's possible, yeah. Just like his
His
tires
old
fall
soft
off.
tires.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
softs. And now Joel down the back straight on the battery. Behind Dirt Shark, our newest member to ZRL D3. He is off the battery now, but Dirt Shark maybe making a move here on Chonk. Chonk goes a little bit defensive. Joel with a big exit out of the last chicane is going to go for a move on Dirt Shark here. Side by side into turn 1. Much more grip. Dirt Shark backing out going into turn 2. So Joel has made another move up into P8 now. And he has another good exit. He's going to get Chonk here going to turn 4. Chonk sticking to his guns. Joel with a switchback, making that move stick. Still close because Chonk is still in there. But Joel has the inside line going into this second DRS straight. And has the move done. And is still within DRS of Snoop Francis. We have a yellow flag. It looks like we have Low Kesh around somewhere.
Pretty. I think it was Pretty.
Oh, Pratty.
Because he lost the position.
Pratty all the way to the back. You have man in the box and overtaking OG going. Hetracy, a lot of Hetracy going really deep in the hairpin there. A lot of people really close. Hetracy going really wide at the hairpin. Man in the box now behind or fighting OG. They're both dumping their entire battery here going into the final 2 corners, but man in the box a little bit behind going to the chicane. How will he take this? He backs out and gives the position back to OG. He had him for a second, but OG just running much less swing, it appears. But man in the box getting overtaken now by Kiwi. Okay, so man in the box on these softs is struggling to fight these people on the mediums, which is a little bit of a surprise. Almost had a move done on OG, but now he's fighting Kiwi back behind OG, kind of losing time to both of them. Joel is now still cutting his way through the field back up in P5, right behind McGinnis in that Haas. Already almost a 3-second gap. We have another yellow flag. We have a Aston Martin, I believe, of Roldy. As Joel sends it, I think a little bit of a switchback here on Kagenis. Now he tried to stick around side. Oh yeah, a little bit of switchback now side by side. He will have DRS. Kagenis will not. He should be able to just make this move stick. And he does. Now Joel up to P4, but it's a lot of time to make up there. 2.5 seconds to P3 in Rigraff. We have B-Boy Simba Aaron Green, who has got a 3-second penalty on that lap. Back towards P10, we have a little bit of a train forming here behind Kagenis in P5. Garrett Elder really close to Chonk in P9 in the Haas. Garrett Elder, the next person on fresh tires after pitting behind the safety car. Looks like we have a yellow flag, a Haas of Chonk actually went around in Sector 1. Looks like he has all of his front wing there, so maybe he'll be able to continue. But Garrett Elder now 2 seconds behind Dirt Shark on those old hards. Joel has already made up over a second to Rigraff in front of him, so these new tires are definitely showing their advantage right now. And towards the front, it looks like we have a little bit of a battle between Avira and Nadewell. I believe Nadewell retook the lead there, going into that DRS at the final part of the lap. And now, you mentioned before about the pit strategy here. You were saying something like, probably for Joel and for everyone else, we'll probably be pitting around lap 17 or so to kind of go to the end.
Yeah, well, Joel, since he... It's like if he started the race lap 7 when he took the new tires, so it should be... like 21. He should lap. Well, if he has another set of medium tires, he should lap around. He should box around lap 21 to have the maximum of both set of tires. But if it's another hard, maybe he wants to go longer on the mediums if he likes the medium better. And if he has another set of softs, then he could box around lap 28. No, not 28. 26, 27. But it depends on what he has left. I have no idea what he has.
So according to my telemetry, he only has a fresh set of hards and a fresh set of mediums left. All of his softs have been used.
So yeah, it should be medium then. So yeah, around lap 21, which gives Aviron, Nadewell and Regraph a bit of an advantage since they're gonna box before. They should box around lap 18. Oh no, the safety car.
Oh,
and now Regraph could...
That should be everyone into the pits again here, right? Like you're saying, probably between like lap 21 for Joel potentially to go to the end, but with a safety car with Snazmonkey going into the wall of champions, losing his front wing yet again.
Well, the issue is if Joel pits, he lost the advantage of his strategy.
Yeah.
So he starts again P4. But that's obviously the safest option. I think everyone is gonna box.
Yeah, there's no way Joel stays out here, right? With 7-lap-old tires, right? Yeah.
But everyone on mediums, at the end, it's gonna be tricky.
True.
Be careful to not spin.
It's possible we may see... Oh, did I see
Joel stays out?
He stayed out. Okay, Joel is maybe playing for... There's going to be another safety car, whatever, I'm going to keep going. But yeah,
probably.
I mean, because you can make it 19, 20 laps on these mediums to the end. So the people who are just pitting now will go to the end.
Maybe... Do you have his degradation?
Let's take a look. I have Joel is sitting at 15% tire wear on his mediums.
15?
15. Maybe he actually can go to the end.
Yeah, on 8 laps? 15 on 8 laps? So
well, we did have, I think,
around 16.
He did pit behind the safety car, so maybe it's more like 5 laps of tire wear.
So it's, more 6 laps.
Yeah, 6
times
laps.
4, it does 24. 24 starting P7, lap 7. He can, if he manages a bit the tires, he technically can go to the end.
It's going to be a really big challenge keeping those fresh
tires are going to be dead
at
the end, and I believe when the top 4 is going to pit, he's going to be shieldless to Avira, Nadewell and Regraph, who's gonna have fresher tires. I don't know, I gotta see. Maybe he has time to fly away before.
Or maybe Joel,
they catch up.
Like you said, he's smurfing. He's just trying to make it fair for everyone else.
Yeah, probably. He nerfed himself.
So Joel, we have Labib in the chat, probably not serious at all, saying Joel has been practicing soft, medium, medium this whole week. I don't know why you would do that strategy, but...
Who? Sorry?
Labib said that Joel has been practicing soft, medium, medium this whole week. Labib says, I'm serious. He did it in D1.
Well, it's not... If you have the safety cars with you, it's not a bad strategy, but...
I mean,
it means doing with a soft medium, you gotta do the time of a hard runner without pitting.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And also, like, on top of that, he's basically gonna have to overcome an entire pit stop with those last set of tires, which... I mean, we've seen Joel that has some really nice pace, but that's a lot to ask of. Joel up to 16.
Yeah, Joel has the pace, but Avira, Regraph, and Nade as well.
Yeah, that would be. It's just I think that's just way too much to try to do. I
have no doubt on his pace, but the fact here is that he has to pit again. Anyway,
One benefit that Joel does have is he has 3 medium runners who are just as old as his tires behind him.
yeah.
So potentially he could gap them a little bit and then maybe create some kind of buffer between him and the next guys. And it will just kind of depend on how long it takes Avira and Nadewell and Rigraff to clear those old tires to catch back up with him.
Yeah, because Avila and Nadewell weren't that far behind him when he was on soft and they were on hard.
Yeah, he was I think he couldn't get that gap to 2 seconds. He was hovering around
Yeah.
1.5, 1.6. So the pace difference
I think,
isn't that big.
yeah, and plus he was on soft and they were on hard. So I think he has a pace, but not that kind of pace. He's not that guy. Trust me.
He's not that. Alright, we should absolutely see the safety car come in on this lap. We have everyone from P5 down, with the exception of Pratty and Roldy, on fresh tires. Pratty, for some reason, not electing to pit again, and now he's stuck in the middle of all
On
of
old
these.
tires.
Yeah, he's on
Old
old
tires.
tires.
Yeah, you
So-
said fresh.
Oh, I'm sorry. He elected not to pit for fresh tires, and now he is surrounded by all of these fresh tired runners. So it'll be definitely a challenge for him to maintain this position as we get the message finally that he's going in. What is happening back here with Snoop Francis? Why is he 2 seconds behind? Okay, he caught back up. There's just a weird moment there. Alright, now we have Joel restarting the safety car here. Let's see where he decides to go. We have OG and P3, I believe, with a 3-second time penalty. Yep. With 3 track limit warnings. Joel has 0 warnings, so that is a benefit for him. We did see basically everyone in D2 yesterday end up with a penalty, and almost the same thing in D2 or D1, excuse me. So Joel with the restart, dumping that battery. Avira already really close to the back of J Street on those older tires. So again, the big thing here is just how quickly can Joel gap the rest of these old tire runners, and how quickly... Oh, Avira with a big snap. Whew, saves it and is able to hold his position for now. But Rigraff actually overtakes Nadewell because of that. I think Nadewell almost ran into the back of Avira, and he had to back out and gave that position to Rigraff. Joel already over a second, 1.2 seconds to Garrett Elder in P2.
Maybe Ethan was right.
We have a yellow flag in the back. We have Lokesh spun around in that chicane at the start of Sector 2. He looks like
Avira
he's
is
still
already
running.
on the back of G Street on the
Avira-
outside.
Avira sending around the outside, but J Street's still there, and J Street not giving up easily.
Yeah, I forgot J Street is Alfa Romeo. If he slows down Avira enough,
Yeah, maybe this is the strat. J Street said, hey, just stick it.
Yeah.
I'll fight him. I'll just go
I
run
forgot
away.
about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yes.
J Street battling for his teammate there. A little bit of Alonso. Let's see. Avira dumping his entire battery here, trying to make the overtake into turn 1. J Street still there, squeezing him a little bit on the outside. J Street parking it on the apex.
He needs to.
Oh, a little bit of a snap. Oh, he still holds it. Avira backs out. Oh, we have a safety car. We have Roldy,
okay.
who actually
I
DNF'd.
wondered why.
Roldy crashed back
Shit.
at the Wall of Champions, and he is out of the session. And that is another safety car, so that's a big W for Joel, who will absolutely pit here.
Yeah,
right?
I believe he
Yeah.
should.
There's no way
But
he doesn't pit, right?
He still loses a lot of. Well, technically, he can go longer on the tires now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, he could just stick to the same strategy. He is up
Yeah,
to
because now
20%
if he-
on the wear.
Pits. He ends up. Let me tell you. He should end up last.
If he pits now, he'll probably have at least 3 people behind him. Joel locking up in the hairpin behind the safety car.
Yeah, but maybe only 3, and J Street is still.
That's a
front of
good
Avira.
point. It's going to be hard to do. Yeah, we're getting slowed down by the Delta here. I think he looks like he's trying to pit with what he's trying to do. He's trying to speed himself back up here. Let's see what Joel does. We're on board with him.
And if J Street slows down Avira while Joel pits, say do like Mercedes and Jeddah.
Joel pit.
Joel
All right,
pits.
Joel
Yeah.
decides I'm going to pit.
I think it's the safest option, but he's gonna end up really far away.
Yeah, he'll be maybe P8, I believe he'll come out here.
He should be the last of the guys.
Oh no, P12 now? P13? He's gonna have a lot of overtaking to do. Garrett Elder stayed out on those mediums, so now he inherits.
Everyone behind him just did it, so he's the first of the new guys on new tires. But he has 5 laps fresher tires, mediums, and he has a pace.
Well, the issue is Vieira, his telemetry only shows him with 5% tire wear. So even though we're showing 5 laps, a lot of those laps were just behind the safety car because we got maybe a lap and a half of racing before the next safety car came out.
That's the problem for Joel.
Yep, so Joel's gonna have to make a lot of overtakes with very equal tires.
Issue.
This is gonna be very challenging, but potentially very exciting. Yeah,
what
P15.
Happened?
So it looks like everyone.
He just got.
Well, only 5 people actually pit behind the safety cars so far. Everyone, including all the hard runners, decided to stay out on the hards, which is a little bit of a surprise. I would have thought people towards the back, because you can go to softs here and make it to the end if you have fresh ones, and they would have been really good all the way to the end.
It's pretty hard, but mediums for sure.
Yeah, mediums for sure.
I think soft it's too long, but Praddy went on soft.
Fair enough. Yeah, Praddy is on softs. Praddy still no penalty. So very impressive driving from him.
Nice.
Who is another new member of our league. And yeah, just a little update for the weather. Yeah, we are showing cloudy, but telemetry shows dry for the entire session. Just cloudy for the whole session. No change in precipitation. If anything, the weather actually, the rain percentage is actually going to go down before the end. But yeah, we're looking at the penalties. We have Lokesh with 1 track limit penalty already with 3 seconds, and then a speeding in the pit penalty also. And then everyone else so far with 3 seconds. So some weird stuff happening back here with Praddy and Snazmonkey. Praddy actually getting... No, he maintained his position, but looks like Snazmonkey a little bit slow behind the safety car. Ooh, laggy. Okay.
The main question right now is Garrett Elder good enough in defending to prevent Avira from flying away?
Well, we saw before that on the soft tires at the start of the race, he was actually kind of getting gapped by the hard runners of Avira and Nadewell. So
yeah, but maybe he defends really well.
Maybe Garrett is up to 20% tire wear on his medium tires, and safety car is in. So we will have Garrett Elder leading this safety car restart. This will be number 3 of this race.
And the third leader to...
Yeah, the third different leader.
The safety car.
Yeah, the third different leader.
I think it's the third one.
It is. We've had 1 with Nadewell, 1 with Joel, and now 1 with Garrett Elder. Remember, guys?
And there is Fred that wants you to...
Yeah, I just pulled them up a second ago. Everyone has 3 seconds except for Big Fart 69. So, alright, here we go. Garrett Elder dragging his brakes, heading towards that final corner. Still a ways to go. And here he goes. Very cautious through that final chicane. Avira already closing that gap. Avira had a much better exit. Not having to use very much battery, but he's now right behind Garrett Elder. Oh, excuse me, never mind. And Joel already already passing Lokesh for P14. Big gap. It looks like 2.6 seconds to OG and P13, so that hurts Joel even more. Look at that gap on the mini-map. Oh, somebody fell asleep behind the safety car.
No, he overtook before the line. I saw it. So he had to give up the place back.
Okay, a little bit. Oh, Vera with a really nice run on Garrett here, heading into the airpin. He's certainly going to send it. Right on board with Rigraff here. Oh, Vera goes really deep. Oh, really, really deep, but he's still able to stake just so much more grip than Garrett coming out of that hairpin. And now has gained the lead of the race with Rigraff right behind both of them. And Nadewell behind them too. Garrett just doesn't have the tires. Rigraff now attacking Garrett. And Rigraff
Yeah,
trying to make
Garrett's starting to lose a bit of the rear.
Yeah, he's putting. Oh no! There goes Nadewell, man. Garrett kind of was just so slow in front of both Rigraff and Nadewell. They kind of came together and it caused Nadewell to spin. He's now behind Joel, all the way down to P15. Joel up to P12 now. Still a long way to go. Avira already alone in the distance. 1.3 to Garrett Elder. Rigraff still behind Garrett, kind of getting caught up in all that stuff. Dirt Shark up to P4 though. And Chonk back to P6 after a Chonk, I believe, was in an instant earlier that put him back towards the back of the pack.
But if you watch the times compared to the leader, Joel is not really slower than Avira. He's around 9 seconds.
No, yeah, it's still a big gap, and we only have looks like 12 laps to go after Joel completes this lap. 13 laps, excuse me. But Joel is right on the gearbox. If DRS enabled for this lap, for lap 24, Joel right behind man in the box on those old hard tires. Dumping a lot of his battery there. He's able to go down the inside into turn 1. Man in the box kind of holding his position there. A little bit of a tap there between him and Joel. But Joel's able to make that position stick. Now he's behind Campbell Lowry Hart in the Ferrari, who is holding a 3-second time penalty right now. Vieira, 2.1 second lead to Garrett Elder in the front. Rigraff still behind Garrett Elder with those newer tires. Joel almost crashing into the pack of OG because OG had such a weird exit through that middle chicane. But Joel up to P9 now. And from the lead, I believe he is something... Ooh, we have a yellow flag? Another safety car! Oh, man. Now, okay, this helps Joel quite a bit. It kind of resets the race, get everyone squished up, because Avira has all the way up, almost had a 3.5 second lead to Garrett before that moment. So, still a lot of work for Joel. Now we get to look. Garrett will certainly pit here. I'm sure he will not. Maybe not. I don't know. He was still in P2. Let's see what Garrett decides to do. Avira went in. Garrett stayed out. Okay, Avira went in now. So what does Joel do in response? Joel stays out. A lot of people pitting.
Yeah, I think it's the right call for Joel. Yeah,
so Joel is going to inherit P4 after that. Garrett stayed down on 18-lap old mediums. Dirt Shark is out on 10-lap old mediums. Joel, and then we have Chonk on 10-lap old mediums, but he has a 3-second time penalty.
I don't understand Rigraff pitting, though.
Well, Rigraff was on the hards, and maybe he just felt he wasn't getting any ground, because he had a lot newer tires than Garrett, but he still was stuck behind him, while Avira was just driving off into the sunset. So maybe it's kind of a Hail Mary play. But you're right, though. They're falling down so far. Rigraff is in P13 now, where Avira is P7. So looking at these new tires, we have Avira on fresh medium tires. But again, Joel's tires are not that old. Maybe 2.5 laps of racing here. Let's take a look. Let's see what kind of tire wear he has.
Maybe they are hoping for another safety car so they can pit again.
Maybe. The thing is, Joel does not have fresh softs. So once my telemetry decides to work with me here, actually, oh, there it is. I tabbed out like a baboon. Okay, Joel is at 8% tire wear on his mediums. Avira is on fresh mediums. So, I mean, it is an advantage, but the advantage isn't that big, all things considered. So Joel is still in this fight.
What's Garrett Elder's tire wear?
Let's take a look. Takes a little bit for the telemetry to update, so as we look at that... Ooh. Crash with Snoop Francis.
No
Snoop Francis on the hards. I mean, this is the second time we kind of seen Snoop kind of get involved in a giant gap, so I don't know what the heck happened there, but
I don't know
with a big moment there. It looks like Garrett is at 32% tire wear. Man in the box getting a penalty behind the safety car. Nothing you want. That's not something you really want to do. Excuse me. Actually, Garrett is at 28% tire wear, so his tires aren't terrible, but that's a 20% deficit to Joel. And then Dirt Shark, he's looking at 21% for Dirt Shark. Chonk, 17%. Joel at
Sorry,
9%.
you probably answered, but I forgot. What was Garrett Elder tire wear?
He is now at 28% tire wear.
Okay.
So up to this
Yeah,
point,
he can go.
yeah, he can definitely
Can
make
go
it to
to
the
the-
end.
Yeah.
And like the tires aren't as bad. Like the tire wear really isn't that bad.
Yeah.
So it's possible that he may be able to hold his position here, barring. I mean, you would
Yeah.
imagine that once if Avira can overtake both Stars and J Street and get to with Joel, there will be some big fighting between the two of them. Because I'm sure Joel doesn't want to let Avira get in front of him.
Probably because it's not really hot because of the cloud, so the track is not really hot, so tires are not overheating.
Yeah, it could
Tire
also
wear
just
is
simply
less.
be the fact that this is our fourth safety car. So a lot of these laps are just laps
Yeah,
behind the safety car.
Still,
I mean, yeah,
in 19 laps, he at least ran 10 of them.
that's a fair point. Yeah, the temperature could definitely help out a lot here. All right, so again, this is the first time this race. This is the fourth safety car. The first time this race where we've had someone else. Garrett already going really early, trying to get a bit of a jump there on Dirt Shark. Maybe get the people behind them even, caught napping. Big gap already, almost 7.5 tenths to Dirt Shark. Dirt Shark having to spend a lot of battery just to kind of catch back up. We have Snoop Francis overtaking Lokesh. Lokesh losing 3 positions there, going through the first, or ooh, another penalty for Lokesh. Really deep into turn 2 and hits the grass and spins. Rough race for him. Back, Avira is still in P7 here, behind, going down the inside of Stars. Just driving into the side of him, causing Stars to lose another position. Dirt Shark overtaking Garrett Elder for the lead of the race. And up here we have a 3-horse race between Dirt Shark, Chonk, and Garrett. Garrett actually overtaken twice, with Joel right behind Garrett now. Joel is dumping his whole battery, trying to get him a huge send from Joel down the inside of Garrett Elder, and he just locks up and slides, but is able to hold on to it. Garrett backing out now. J Street, he's under attack from J Street. Okay, maybe this tire advantage is bigger than we led to believe, because Garrett is getting eaten up by these fresh mediums. Now Vera has cleared Pratty, and he is now behind Garrett Elder. And Pratty and Kiwi going into a little battle through the wall, through the final chicane, with Kiwi holding that position. Avira sending it in turn 1 on Garrett Elder, and we have a McLaren, I think, spun around in front of the Wall of Champions. But Joel now right behind Chonk on those slightly fresher tires. Avira 2 cars behind, so J Street back at it again, playing rear gunner for Joel. If anything, the most important thing for J Street is just to try to stick as close to Joel as he possibly can. Make it just really hard for Avira to have any kind of space to make an overtake happen. And J Street dumping his battery. Avira down to 33% on the battery. Another yellow flag. We have a Red Bull. I think man in the box actually into the wall. Has some front wing damage there. Dirt Shark 8 tenths ahead of Chonk, and Chonk actually gets overtaken by Joel, so Joel is now P2 going into the final chicane. And Joel is still sitting on 0 warnings. Avira is showing 3 warnings, so maybe he is at 2 warnings. DRS is now enabled. We have 6 racing laps to go. Kiwi setting the fastest lap, down in P7 with those fresh softs. And Avira and J Street, big challenge. Avira is now under 10% battery, just getting back up to 11% with those braking there through that. But down the battery again, trying to go for a move on J Street. It's going to be a big send. He's oh man, he just hits the back of J Street, causing him to spin a little bit, but he hangs on to it. Now he has DRS, so very aggressive driving from Avira here. But J Street is doing his best to hang on, but it's going to be hard here with Avira. Going to have DRS, and because of that contact, J Street's not going to have DRS to Chonk in front.
Both are dumping their battery.
Yeah,
J Street really plays the team game right now to help Joel to the best of his ability.
And at the front, Joel is trying to make a move on Dirt Shark to get the lead of the race. 5-lap newer
hate
tires, and he does have the lead now. Avira
those.
does get the move on J Street done, but he has 0% battery and no DRS to Chonk. Now let's see, what can he do to catch up to Chonk? He has 10 lap fresher tires, but a lot of these laps are behind the safety car, so the tire wear is not that high. Oh, Dirt Shark gets that 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt. Nadewell with the fastest lap. Nadewell back in P11. Racing Snoop Francis right now. All these fresh sauce. Kiwi is kind of back here also. He caught up to J Street. J Street dropping off of Avira quite quickly, but Avira is really close to Chonk, just outside that DRS detection zone. And Joel is doing his best to try to break the DRS of Dirt Shark behind to just try to make it hard, that much harder for Avira to catch back up to him. You have Kiwi back here overtaking J Street after that first, in that second ZRS detection, or ZRS zone, but there's a big battle behind him. Garrett is just being eaten up by all of these new tires. Look at all, he's lost 3 positions just on this lap. J Street a little bit of a, or excuse me, actually Garrett is overtaking J Street. J Street is having some problems now. J Street is being overtaken by a lot of people. Has lost 4 positions, back to 3 because J Street's back up to 6. What the heck is going on back here? Oh, J Street spins into the wall, breaks his front wing. Oh, such a good race for J Street. Just ends in disaster there.
Is there another safety car?
No, we're just yellow flag. We may have hit the maximum. I know we have. So Joel.
And it caused B-Boy Simba to spin as well.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so we're back to the front. Joel is just outside DRS of Dirt Shark behind him, but Dirt Shark still has DRS. Joel may have had a bit of a moment. Joel is at 1 warning now. Vera is showing 3 warnings. But he's at the back of this train. Kiwi, kind of in a no man's land now between P4 and P6. Snoop Francis overtaking his teammate Stars back here for P9. More yellow flags. You have OG just crashed out. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, safety car?
No safety car. Like I said, we may have maxed out. OG's just out of the race. 31 laps in. I'm not sure if that's enough to classify. We'll have to see at the end of the race.
I think it's because it's too late otherwise. Up to 31, it's probably too late to have a safety car.
I don't know. In this game, I've seen safety cars with 2 laps to go. We go around 1 time and then it restarts.
Oh, okay.
It's silly. Yeah. I think we had 1 VSC and we've had 4 safety cars. And with a 50% race, you can only have 5 instances of VSC or safety cars. So I think at this point, we've just hit the maximum amount.
Yeah, and Joel has pulled away from the track, from his DRS.
Yeah, now we have Avira who right on the tail of Chonk with DRS dumping, trying to make another overtake. We've already seen a few contact-laden overtakes from Avira so far in this race. Chonk actually really close to Dirt Shark there too, so this next DRS zone, maybe this hairpin might get a little spicy, so let's go on board with Avira here as he's behind both of these drivers. We have a Mercedes stopped on track in Sector 1.
And Dirt Shark with a lot of heroes.
Yeah, Dirt Shark does have a lot. Both Chonk and Avira are both under 10%. Avira dumping his battery down to 0 here. Oh, this is going to be really tight between the 3 of them. Avira gets the overtake on Dirt Shark. Dirt Shark backs out wisely not to... And here is Avira. Will he send it on Chonk going into turn 1 here? Chonk's still kind of the rear gunner for Joel. Joel only has a 1.3 second lead to both these cars. Avira tapping Chonk again. Oh. Avira with a very aggressive race so far, for lack of a better term. Now he's in P2, so it's the race to the end. 2.5 laps between him and Joel. Or for him and Joel to the end of this race, 1.7 second gap. Avira is closing that gap. Joel has about 30% battery left. Avira has under 10, so he's Yarno boosting now. He's just dumping his battery every chance he gets. Back down to 6%. Alright, we're watching Joel go down the back straight towards the final chicane for the second to last time. or excuse me, not the second last time, to start the second to last lap. All right, here we go. Lap 34, excuse me, is about to begin. 1.5 second gap between him and Avira. Both of them no penalties. Avira though on two warnings, I believe. Let's take a look at our penalties while we have an opportunity. So everyone down in the top 10, all the way down to stars, is at 3 seconds. Everyone after that, 3 seconds, and then Lokesh with 16 seconds, and then Snazmonkey with 3 more seconds of penalties. Avira has caught up to Joel. He is now within DRS. We have another yellow flag somewhere, but it does not stop the race. A bit of a moment there for Avira. Lost a little bit of time, but he's still going to have DRS going into the final lap. So let's see. Snazmonkey getting another penalty right after we mentioned that. So Avira about 10% battery, has DRS. Joel still at 16% as we go into the final lap. Back towards the back, we have Nadewell making a move on Kiwi. Nadewell, both of them having penalties. So Rigraff looking to make up a couple of positions here with no penalties if he is able to maintain that. As I say that, he gets a penalty. A little bit of a broadcaster's curse there, maybe.
Commentators curse. Oh, as Joel lost a bit of his rear grip.
Joel just kind of... I wonder if Joel's sandbagging there to give Avira the lead so he can overtake him down that back straight.
Yeah, he's gonna have DRS.
He'll have DRS here. Ooh, a big snap. Losing a little bit of time, but he does have DRS. So Avira with 8% battery, 6% battery going into this chicane. Joel with about 18%, so about a 10% battery difference. Avira dumping his whole battery going into the hairpin. Joel down to under 10%. All right, here we go. Let's see. Best exit here is going to win the race. Joel with a really big exit. Already closing the gap before they get to the DRS line. Neither of them have any battery. No battery. DRS for Joel. Joel sticking the inside. How's this going to go? Oh, no. Oh, a little contact. Oh, no.
I don't think it's...
Oh, man.
Sorry, Joel, I love you, but I don't think it was really clean.
I miss a little bit on the broadcast, so we'll definitely see. I'm sure we'll see a ticket with that one in there. Joel getting teleported back behind Avira for some reason.
As he should. It's the game saying, Joel, you shouldn't have won.
But our two new drivers tonight, Nadewell, the reserving for our D3, getting a P4 in his first race in ZRL, and Dirtshark with a P5 in his first race with Aston Martin. Joel comes away with the win, Avira in P2, and Chonk with his first podium with ZRL as far as I know.
It's not Nate's first federal race.
Oh, I'm sorry. First race in D3. Excuse me. You're right. He did race in Division 2. And we still have Lokesh finishing his race here, dumping his entire battery, going down that back straight. Clean through the final chicane. A nice little clean lap for Lokesh to finish our Division 3 Round 2 race at Canada. So let's see here. Get these guys in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Fred celebrating that Snoop Francis did not DNF in the race, so congratulations to Snoop Francis, I believe, scoring his first points in CRL in quite a while. Unless he scored last week, I don't think he actually raced. Yeah, Snoop scored last week. He finished.
He raced.
He did race.
But he didn't finish.
Oh, I'm showing on our standings we did score in points, so I hope that's right. So never mind. Snoop scored. No. Snoop needs to get a podium, Fred, for him to get
an interview. Snoop?
No, he's got to earn that. He's got to earn the interview, man.
Well, not doing anything is earning it.
Well, it's like the bare minimum. Like you can be 10 laps down, or not 10 laps down. You can be like 3 laps down and still score points. So
Yeah, that's what's good, because then people will make the effort to finish the race,
True.
even though they are P20.
And we'll wait a couple moments here to see if Chonk is now in the waiting room. So I will move Chonk in here.
Yes.
Just moved into
No,
the wrong
not the
channel.
right.
Should we get our standings there?
Why can't I?
I may have the stuff messed up here for a moment. I got him in here.
Oh yeah, I can't.
All right,
Okay.
and for position 3 in round 2 at Canada, we have Chonk, I believe, with his first podium in ZRL history. Is that correct, Chonk?
I think so. I don't remember, honestly.
All right, well, dude, congratulations, man. How's it feel to score a podium?
Considering this is my first podium since I started on the wheel in June, it feels
dang.
pretty good. And I started P11. I got spun out mid-race and dropped to P17, and I came back, and it's P3.
All right, man. So with all those safety cars, man, what did that kind of do to change your race? I can't remember which tire you actually started on since my telemetry just tabbed out, but kind of walk us through how you played through those safety cars.
My game was kind of screwed at the start, so it put me on hards, and I was struggling. And then I think after the first or second safety car, I put on a pair of mediums. I made a double overtake into turn 1. And from there, I just kept going up, considering everyone still needed a pit. So I just stayed on the mediums the whole time, just chilling. DRS trained the whole time. And yeah, this just led me to P3.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just
Nice.
like outside of just getting punted, man, just staying consistent, just reap the rewards in the end for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, Chunk, so welcome to our podium club, man. I look forward to seeing if you can get some more the rest of the season. How do you think you might do the rest of the season?
I don't know, because on my good tracks, I do bad, and my bad tracks, I do good. Like Canada, I hate it, but today was pretty good.
All right, man. You're not the only one that hates Canada, that's sure. But,
Yeah.
But hey, congratulations, man. Nice race.
Thank you.
All right, we just heard from Chonk there. Now, moving up to P2, we actually have Avira. And in P2, we have Avira who won our opening race at Japan. Avira, how do you feel after that race?
I was all right. I think I kind of messed up at the end, but we learned from it and we move on.
Yeah, Avira, we saw like a lot of different things happening after kind of that first safety car and the second safety car. I think the first safety car you stayed out, and then Joel pit and fell back really far. What were you thinking after that first safety car came out?
Well, my engineers were just telling me, they told me to stay out and that hopefully there'd be another safety car and we could get a cheap pit stop. But I think we might have made a mistake like earlier or later on and not pit when we should have. But like I said before, we'll learn from it. And
yeah, that makes sense. I'm not sure. Arrow, is there anything you wanted to ask him?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to picture the moment where he. No, I'm sorry, but yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
We had a little bit.
To me,
go ahead.
To me, you did the best you could in terms of strategy. Starting on hard, Joel was on soft, so obviously at the beginning there was nothing you could do. But then you stayed out, then boxed around the best possible time. You couldn't know there was a safety car afterwards, obviously. So now to me, great strategy from Mercedes, of course. Not obviously the best result, but no, to me it was really good. There is nothing you could have done better except knowing the future.
that's definitely a difficult skill to have. So Avira,
Yeah.
we saw on that last lap a little bit of. I mean, you guys just kind of went, you guys went side by side going into that final corner. Was there any do you have any comment about what happened there?
No, the only thing I can say is my engineers were telling me hold the middle, or sorry, hold the inside, and I kind of near the end I kind of gave it up, which I probably shouldn't have done, because it's really hard to make an overtake on the outside around there. But it's my mistake. I'll take it on the chin and do better next time.
Well, nice little philosophy from Avira there, and we look forward to what you're going to do with in our next round. So congratulations, Avira.
Thank you.
Yes. See you in Spain.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right. And now, our D3 race winner at Canada, we have Zux, Mr. Joel Guron himself. Brother, how are you feeling?
Fucking out of breath. 'Cause I'm out of shape.
So, kind of talk us through that last lap there. Like, what were you thinking? Like, Avira in his interview just a second ago, he was saying that his engineers were just screaming at him to hold the inside, hold the inside. We saw you kind of get squeezed a little bit, but you just kind of held your ground and just kept going on that inside. Kind of take us through what you were thinking going into that final corner.
I mean, the inside was open and I took it. It's like a
Yeah.
Fair
lot of
enough.
gold
Fair
in the
enough.
rainbow.
So that race had maximum safety cars. I think there may have been opportunities for more safety cars in the second half or towards the end of the race with guys like OG crashing out on their own.
Yeah.
What were you kind of doing to kind of plan for those future safety cars? So I know you pit after that first safety car, and Arrow was thinking, man, that may have been the wrong strategy. Has to overtake so many cars to catch back up.
We were pretty bad on our pit on the safety car. We were confused because everyone like pit. I don't know what safety car, but everyone pit when we thought they were gonna stay out, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. Luckily, OG came in clutch and gave us a safety car to put us back in. So thank you, OG. Appreciate it. Love you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on the broadcast, but the
He was
moment
behind me and he was gone.
But the moment you pitted for the first safety car, it was fine. But being
Yeah.
on mediums meant you had to pit again. So I didn't understand what you gained from it since you lost 10 positions, I think it was.
I went all the way to the back of the field.
Yeah. So, but then other safety car came up, so I think it was great luck from you.
And
Yeah,
Joel,
that's
so
fine.
when we were in qualifying at the start, Arrow, he called you a Smurf. What is that? What do you think
I
about
mean,
that?
I just pulled a Labib. Can't get mad at me. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
true.
iRacing was kind of nerving me, but I haven't played iRacing in a bit, so I guess we're back.
All right, hey, well,
Sorry.
congratulations on your win. So now with the win here and kind of the results from last week, how do you think you might shape up for the rest of the season?
I don't know. Hopefully, a good battle with Avira. Dude's quick. Hopefully, no incidents with Chonk. I was scared he was gonna retaliate and put me in a wall, but he didn't.
All right, yeah. Well, I'm glad for Chong for not doing that. So, all right, well, hey, congratulations on your win, and we will see you next week.
See you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love
All right, so Arrow, that concludes our race with Division 3 at Canada. You have any final thoughts you want to say before we close this thing out?
No, nothing.
All right, guys, that's it. We will see you guys next week with Spain. So have a good night, guys.